tea time, y'all. This is an oolong. Give me a second. I can't do tea things and talk at the same time. I believe this is an oolong from southern Fujian. It's very loosely packed. I'm trying to have it be staying fairly well together. This is $8 to 10 gram sample here. So if I use half, it's going to be about 4.5 to 5 grams. I'm going to try to use half and save this in case. Looks about right. In case it's really a doozy. 202-degree water. Gonna give this a rinse. Actually, I'll let this hang out for a second longer than I would normally. And I can tell already by looking at it that I'm gonna need to use less water. Beautiful color. Using autofocus this time, and it comes into focus generally better, more quickly, but you don't want to see my hand. I want to see this tea. Problem is, it's not really getting. Okay. Let me know if it's better with autofocus. If I'm zoomed out more, I think it is better, but I love that really as close as possible shot for the density of beautiful tea resolution. Cheers. Flowery, buttery. Viscosity on this is really good already. Oh, very flowers, high noted. Oh, wow, really good. I'm gonna let it hang out for significantly longer. Cooling. Maybe a hint of kind of an herbaceous. Perfumey. Like lavender-y kind of a thing. Beautiful high-noted flowers in this. Really incredible. I'm kind of surprised because of how oxidized the leaves are in part. Some of the leaves you can see are quite oxidized. This is really nice. This tastes to me like a Taiwanese oolong, honestly. Really perfumey, almost like a jasmine. Lovely mouthfeel, really nice. There, I'm gonna actually bring the water down to 195. And then open the lid. And then I am going to let it hang out for a good like 20 seconds. Now, tried to set up a few little automations while I do this. So here's one of them, I think. I think the problem is trying to orchestrate all the buttons and doing all the stuff at the same time. Oh, almost a Phoenix like thing going on. 195 right there. So perfumey. Trying to extend in the technique wise, I'm trying to kind of extend the richness, the creaminess, and the viscosity of this tea. Really high noted and a really like lovely bass note of kind of almost an oaty, milky, not quite buttery, excuse me, but kind of that oaty, milky, kind of creamy sugar, like processed oats, not like steel cut oats, not super flavorful, just like almost the starchiness of the oats, the sugariness. Wow. Just reminds me of being in the conservatory in Seattle, in Volunteer Park, and walking through flowers in the winter and being like, oh my gosh, there's all these smells. And half the time I sneeze, and every time I love it. The liqueur is a little bit oranger than I would expect. The flavor profile feels almost... I almost expect it to be a clear liqueur, kind of like a white tea. It's a little bit hard to pick up on camera, but it's a bit oranger than it looks on camera. Really cooling, really pleasant. I can imagine having this after a run on a hot day and having it be invigorating and cooling and refreshing. Oh. Kind of reminds me of rhododendron flowers. Gonna get this water back up to 208 or something like that. Might have used a little bit too much water, so I'm actually going to pour some off right now. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. Is it going to get there for me? No. It's about as close as it wants to go. Man. Just like the smallest hint of bitterness, which makes me think this tea is maybe just I don't really know the age on this, honestly, but wow. Makes me think it's a little bit younger. This is so good. River and Lakes. Come on. Can you do the autofocus thing for me? River and Lakes tea. They have sent so much awesome stuff. Go check them out. Their website has a really cool description of this tea and its history and how they're the material. Anyway, and then here, let's do this. Look at that. I mean, come on. You can kind of still see the almost like dust pollen from the buds. Just, oh my gosh, so beautiful. Truly, presentation-wise, really fun. Comes in of this packaging here and wrapped up in this paper, as you saw. And yeah, I'm excited to. I think I will probably bring this onto the main channel and share this other half with James. Really wonderful, different oolong. I think I'm used to darker flavors from Chinese oolongs, and this is a really wonderful change up. A lot of complexity in this one and fairly dynamic. The cooliness of this tea is really prevalent. I don't know. It's really pronounced, rather, and interesting, and just a really lovely juxtaposition to the like the sort of first big flush of flowers coming in when you're out hiking in the Northwest, and sometimes you can get in really high up into it in the right places, and it's just so fragrant, and it's like bringing that home in this little tiny brick of awesomeness. Until next time.